Like your shirt, Steve.
Which Steve?
Young.
We're ready to call the meeting to order.
All right, thank you very much. This is a formal session of the Northern Michigan University Board of Trustees, and we're being called to order at 4:07 on December 23rd, 2020. Secretary Andrew, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Fatante,
Here.
Trustee Hart,
Here.
Trustee Haveman,
Here.
Trustee Mahaney,
Yep.
Trustee Mitchell,
Here.
Trustee Murray Brown,
Here.
Trustee Savoy,
Here.
Trustee Young.
Here.
We have a quorum with all trustees present.
Thank you very much. The first item on the agenda is the 2021 committee assignment and the charges from Chair-elect and current Vice Chair Tammy Savoy. Tammy?
Thank you. The board chair and the president both serve as ex officio members of all committees, whether standing or ad hoc. That has been a policy for a very long time, and it's part of the bylaws. The standing committees include executive, academic affairs, extended learning and community engagement, and finance. The executive committee is comprised of the board chair, the board vice chair, the chair of academic affairs committee, the chair of the finance committee, and the president, except when the president's compensation or evaluation are under review. The charge for the executive committee has not changed. The duties and functions of the executive committee include, but are not restricted to, considering and reviewing such projects and proposals for modification or adjustment in the general policies and affairs of the university as may be referred to the committee by the president or by the board of trustees, considering such special problems as may be referred to it from time to time by the president or the board of trustees, conducting an annual performance review of the president based upon mutually agreed upon goals and objectives developed from the president's letter of appointment and from previously stated goals and objectives developed by the president and approved by the board of trustees, reviewing at least on an annual basis the compensation of the president. Again, there's no changes to the executive committee. The Academic Affairs Committee, I am appointing to chair Trustee Alexis Hart, and this is a reappointment. And I would like to appoint Trustee Lisa Fatante to serve on that committee. And again, that's a reappointment. There is one other appointment pending for this committee, and that will be awaiting the appointment by the governor of another member of our board of trustees. The charge of this committee has not changed. It is charged with oversight and review of policy, planning, and strategic issues, and with making appropriate recommendations on these matters to the board. The committee's scope of inquiry is to advise the board of trustees on matters pertaining to academic personnel, programs, and budgets, and to assure that these are properly integrated in support of the mission. Periodically review and assess academic priorities, to review and ensure that the university assesses the effectiveness of its academic programs. In support of these, the committee is expected to review and make recommendations to the Board of Trustees regarding new degree, major, or certificate programs, program terminations, and other significant program modifications. To review and make recommendations to the Board of Trustees regarding program accreditation and certification, to receive and review reports resulting from the academic program review process, to receive and review reports regarding the planning processes and objectives of the Academic Affairs Division, and to receive and review reports on matters as faculty development, research, economic development, public service, cultural affairs, and other areas relevant to the work of the Academic Affairs Division. Again, this charge has not changed at all. The Finance Committee is an existing standing committee of the board. I would like to appoint as chair Trustee Bob Mahaney, and I would like to appoint the following trustees to serve on the Finance Committee: Trustee Donna Marie Brown and Trustee Alexis Hart. The charge for the Finance Committee has not changed. The duties and function of the Finance Committee are to review and to report or recommend, when appropriate, to the full Board of Trustees, changes in tuition levels, fees, room and board rates, and other housing charges as proposed by the president of the university, operating budgets of the university as proposed by the president of the university, operating and capital outlay request budgets of the university as proposed by the president of the university for submission to state government, financing plans for various projects of the university as proposed by the president of the university, guidelines for short-term and long-term investments, selection and retention of an investment counseling firm for the purpose of overseeing investments of the university, selection of the external public audit firm, audited financial statements and management letter with external public auditors, the audit schedule for the internal auditor, and direct special internal audits when necessary, reports of the internal auditor, and state auditor general reports. Again, those have not changed. These are the same charge documents that we've had before. The final standing committee is external learning and community engagement, and I would like to appoint Vice Chair-elect Steve Young to chair that committee. I'd like to appoint Trustee Donna Marie Brown as a trustee serving on the committee, and there will be one other appointment pending additions to our board by the governor. The charge for the Extended Learning and Community Engagement Committee, I would like to change for consistency with the charge on the other standing committees. And I would like to change that such that the scope of inquiry shall be to advise the Board of Trustees on matters pertaining to academic personnel, programs, and budgets related to extended learning and community engagement, and to assure that these are properly integrated in support of the mission. To periodically review and assess extended learning and community engagement learning priorities, to review and ensure that the university assesses the effectiveness of the extended learning and community engagement initiatives, and to provide insight in support of extended learning and community engagement programs, policies, and procedures. In support of these, the Extended Learning and Community Engagement Committee is expected to review and report or recommend when appropriate to the full Board of Trustees the following: reports regarding the planning processes, goals, and objectives of the Extended Learning and Community Engagement Division, reports regarding enrollment in credit and non-credit programs in extended learning and community engagement, and reports on such matters as distance teaching and learning programs, economic development, community outreach, business engagement, continuing education, workforce development, and other areas relevant to the work of the Extended Learning and Community Engagement Division. So those are the standing committee appointments. We also have ad hoc committees that I would like to appoint. These are committees that do not meet on a regular basis and are active if a matter is likely to come before the board. We've had a number of ad hoc committees in the past, and some of them I would like to at this point appoint. First, I would like to appoint to chair a policy review committee, Trustee Alexis Hart. And to serve on the policy review committee, I would like to appoint Trustee Lisa Fatante. There will be one other appointment pending appointment to our board by the governor. There is also one change I would like to make to the charge for this committee. When the committee was first appointed and conceived, it was needed to meet on a regular basis because there were some issues that really needed some focus. At this point, I would like to change that to an as-needed basis. So the one change to the charge on this would be to change the word regularly meet to on an as-needed basis. The Northern Michigan University Ad Hoc Committee of the Board for Policy Review will serve as the board's vehicle to review university policies and their implementation. The Ad Hoc Committee, through the chair, will work with the Northern Michigan University administration to prioritize policies and procedures for updating and best practice considerations. The committee will meet on an as-needed basis to review reports and recommendations from staff and to discuss awareness and communication as well as timelines. The committee will also make recommendations to the board regarding new and revised policies as appropriate. The next ad hoc committee that I would like to appoint is the Ad Hoc Committee of the Board for External Partnerships. I would like to appoint to chair this committee, Trustee Bob Mahaney, and to serve on this committee, Vice Chair-elect Steve Young. The charge for this committee has not been formally approved before, so this is a new charge. And the charge is: the Northern Michigan University Ad Hoc Committee of the Board for External Partnerships will serve as the board's vehicle for review of substantial university partnerships and collaborations that impact board policy or represent a significant commitment on the part of the university. Through the committee chair, the Ad Hoc Committee for External Partnerships reviews proposals from the Northern Michigan University Administration for establishing new large-scale partnerships. The committee meets on an as-needed basis to review proposals, reports, recommendations, and timelines. When appropriate, the committee makes recommendations to the board regarding new partnership proposals. And finally, an ad hoc committee for recruitment and retention is being proposed. We have in the past served as a committee of the whole with respect to recruitment and retention. And now I would like to appoint Vice Chair-elect Steve Young to serve as the chair of this committee, and to appoint Trustee Lisa Fatante to serve on this committee, as well as one other pending appointment after we have another member of our board appointed. The charge for this committee is the same charge that we had before, which is the Northern Michigan University Ad Hoc Committee of the Board for Recruitment and Retention will advise the board on matters pertaining to recruitment and retention policies and assure that these are properly aligned with the mission of the university. The Ad Hoc Committee, through the chair, will review and assess recruitment and retention priorities and ensure that the university assesses the appropriateness and effectiveness of practices through monitoring enrollment and retention reports and state and national trends. The committee may also review policies and retention and graduation rates. The committee will meet as necessary to review reports and will make recommendations to the board regarding policies as appropriate. Finally, at this time, we also appoint our liaison to the Northern Michigan University Foundation, and I would like to appoint Trustee Robert Mahaney and Vice Chair-elect Steve Young to serve in those roles. So we will need to have a motion and support to approve all of the appointments, as well as these changes to the charge. Again, the changes include the switch of ad hoc committee for policy review to being on an as-needed basis, the new charge for external partnerships, and the expanded charge or change in charge for extended learning and community engagement.
The chair will entertain a motion to approve those changes in the charges, as well as in the appointments to the various committees.
So it seems appropriate that an outgoing trustee moves that motion. So I so move.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Seeing none. A roll call vote, please. Secretary Andrew.
All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, please say no. Trustee Fatante,
Aye.
Trustee Hart,
Aye.
Trustee Haveman,
Aye.
Trustee Mahaney,
Yep.
Trustee Mitchell,
Aye.
Trustee Murray Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Savoy,
Aye.
and Trustee Young.
Aye.
With a unanimous vote, the motion carries. And we have our new committee assignments, as well as the new charges for the various committees. The second item on the agenda today is the consideration of a resolution authorizing the making of a loan to the NMU Foundation to support the development and construction of the College of Business and other projects for the use and benefit of NMU in furtherance of the goals and objectives of NMU's 2019 Campus Master Plan and 5-year Facilities Master Plan. President Erickson, do you have comments on this?
Yes, thank you very much. As you well know, the board had approved a comprehensive 5-year master plan And that plan is a pretty aggressive plan that will lead to some pretty momentous changes to the campus. And as we move forward with this potential transformational building projects, there's a need to be able to provide a short-term loan not to exceed $10 million to the NMU Foundation to continue the pace of that implementation. This action is provisional until the resources are required, and the loan will be paid back. This will allow the university to continue key facility projects on our following the campus master plan, and we will need a motion to approve the resolution.
Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Mr. Chairman, I would like to make a motion to adopt the resolution as presented.
Is there a second?
Support, second.
Seconded by Trustee Murray Brown. Discussion? Seeing none, can you call the roll, please?
Those in favor, please indicate by aye. Those opposed, please say no. Trustee Fatante,
Aye.
Trustee Hart,
Aye.
Trustee Haveman,
Aye.
Trustee Mahaney,
Aye.
Trustee Mitchell,
Aye.
Trustee Murray Brown,
Aye.
Trustee Savoy,
Aye.
and Trustee Young.
Aye.
The motion carries unanimously. Any final thoughts, Trustee Haveman, as you end your last meeting?
No, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year and Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you very much. And the chair would like to say the same. Merry Christmas to everyone and have a very great 2021. I'm sure it's going to be another great year for Northern Michigan University. With that in mind, this 13th and hopefully final meeting of the Northern Michigan University Board for 2020 is adjourned at 4:24 p.m. Have a great holiday, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Happy holidays.